Hello everyone, it's Dave. Hope you're having a decent day today. Just a very short video today. I often say that, but then they end up being long videos, but this one really will be quite short, I think. Just wanted to ask you a couple of questions really, relating to how you found the channel, what you think of the channel, and what type of content it is that you're interested in. Just before I do that, something that I forgot to mention in my last video where I was talking about my book, related to the crowdfunding campaign. As part of that, I did promise anybody who contributed £25 or more would be entitled to early access to one chapter of the book before its release. Now, I do intend to keep that promise, but in order to be able to fulfill that, I need to know contact details for anybody who falls into that category. There's not loads of you, but I know there are some of you, and I really do want to make sure, because I really appreciate everybody who has contributed. But for that promise I've made, for anyone who has contributed £25 or more, if you could send me an email at theimperfectindividual@outlook.com. That's theimperfectindividual@outlook.com, and I'll make sure I send a selected chapter to you before the actual release of the book, as I promised. There's also a number of people who contributed £10 or more, and again, as I promised, I've made sure that everybody who falls into that category is in the acknowledgement, so your name does appear at the start of the book. So just wanted to clear that up and make sure. So please do send me an email, and I'll send the chapter to you. Okay, so the subject of this video, I've called the video "Hello Audience, Who Are You?" Because I'm just intrigued, really. I'm coming up to 2 years now since I started the channel. I started the channel because I felt such a strong compulsion, like an inner voice telling me I had to tell the world what I thought about the evolving manipulation, lies, tyranny and evil that was taking place, and obviously try to offer solutions as well. So I can't believe we're nearly 2 years, 2 years in July it'll be, which is unbelievable. I think I've got 460 odd subscribers now, and I really appreciate every single one of you, particularly the ones who contribute in terms of sharing my videos and contributing to the conversation via the comments as well. Now, I do suspect, and I can't prove this, that my channel is being censored. And well, I know that it's being censored because I have videos that are taken down and then I'm barred from the platform for anything from 1 to 2 weeks. I also suspect, though, that YouTube is not showing my videos to very many new people. I mean, I can see the analytics. It's very complex, the analytics. But so the first question I've got is, when you type in "The Imperfect Individual," does my channel, does it come up as a suggestion? The second question I'd like to ask is, how did you find out about my channel? Did it come up in your feed, or did somebody tell you about it? Or was there another content creator who made you aware, for example? So if you can just give me if you could just answer both of those questions for me, then that would be really helpful to me. The original content that I started producing was primarily relating to the situation that we were all in. At that point, it was lockdowns and talk of vaccinations, and was just talk then. So I was focusing my content obviously around the themes that I explore about society and individuality, groupthink, propaganda, very much around the COVID debate, which is still the hottest of hot topics really at the moment. But for me, it was always about exploring why it was that people were reacting in very absurd and unusual ways, why so many people were controlled, and what were the reasons behind that, and exploring deeper concepts, such as societal values, individual values, the influence of media and propaganda and information, and then going on all different tangents as well as other different ways that that society is manipulated and is controlled. Talking about ideas, ideology, philosophy, all the things that I like to talk about. So I want to ask you, what is it that first drew you to my channel, that made you interested in what I was saying. Because I don't know whether I have a number of different types of subscriber with a number of different interests. So this is just a suspicion that I have. And whatever it is completely fine, because all I do is I pick up my phone and I just film myself talking about whatever it is that I want to talk about. And if people like it, great. If people don't like it, well, that's the way the world is, isn't it? So I don't really have an idea so much of a customer avatar, a niche so much. Having done a little bit of marketing in the past, it's very, very difficult. It takes a lot of work to nail down actually who it is that you're wanting to reach, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not selling a product. I'm not wanting to target a particular type of person. I just want to honestly communicate how I feel about myself, my place in the world, and the world. And hope that there are others that it resonates with and who can relate to what I'm saying. But with that in mind, what types of content that I've done? Are there any particular videos that you like? What is it that you find most interesting that I talk about? I touch on the conspiracy type of thing. I only touch on that, but I know a lot of people are interested in that kind of thing. I do videos on self-reflection and introspection. I know people are interested in that type of thing. When I've talked about COVID, lockdowns and jabs, I know people are very interested in that type of thing. I talk about all the broad topics like climate change, and I've touched on the Ukraine and Russia thing, economy, a little bit of politics, a little bit of US politics. Underpinning everything that I do, I always try and bring it back to those central themes of the individual's place in society and to what extent is it under threat. So, but I want to find out from you, what is it that you like about what I do? What do you not like about what I do? What's most interesting? What do you think do you not relate to? Anything that you can tell me to help me to better understand the people that do engage with my content would be great. Because if there is a way where I can think, right, okay, the main contributors to my channel, and I really, really appreciate them the most, I would love to be able to serve them better, if that makes sense, just to see what makes you tick, and to hopefully carry on producing something that's valuable to you. So yeah, the channel, it's very, very difficult, a YouTube channel in terms of growth, very difficult. I don't know what the secret is. I don't think anybody does. I'm probably one of the few people who probably has as many videos as subscribers after 2 years, but that's okay. As I say, I do get the impression YouTube are suppressing me and my content. I just get that feeling, which wouldn't be a surprise at all. I have talked about going onto different platforms. I've talked about going onto Odyssey, and I am going to do that. The downside to that is that because of the number of people who are being suppressed and censored and barred from YouTube, is that you end up going to these other platforms where you end up in an echo chamber, which isn't great, really. It's okay to be in that echo chamber and to talk to the people that you agree with, as long as you're also trying to reach people who are, I'm not talking about those who are still fast asleep because they're not going to wake up anymore. There's literally nothing that will wake them up. But there's a lot of people out there who are partially woken up, who've got some questions, who are open to influence, who a few weeks, months, and certainly years ago were not in that category, who would have called people like me a crank and a conspiracy theorist and all the rest of it. And that's why being on YouTube is powerful, because if you're not getting censored, and if your voice is out there, and if YouTube are not being devious and trying to suppress and censor, the controversial content creators such as myself, then you can reach the eyes and ears of those who are open to be influenced, which is what I want, which is why I will stay on YouTube and go over to somewhere like Odyssey as well. But I will stay on here for as long as I can. I'm not going to cut my nose off to spite my face. Because as I've said many times, the actual concept and idea behind YouTube, develop ideas and articulate them to the world, and hopefully provide solutions to people's problems is a brilliant one. It's just the YouTube, like everything else, has been hijacked by the usual suspects at the moment. So it's dancing with the devil, if you will. So anyway, just let me know anything that you can that might be able to help me to carry on and hopefully improve the quality of content that I produce for you guys. That'll be really, really helpful to me. So we'll leave it there. And with all that said and done, don't forget to subscribe, okay? And I'll speak to you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.